As we delve into microeconomic analysis this week, I'd like to share with you a lighthearted anecdote from my own experience as a business school student nearly 30 years ago. So, I'm taking my very first business course in the business school. I believe it was business management or business administration 101, something like that, and the very first class of the course as well, the first class of the semester. So it was a larger auditorium. We all are waiting for the professor to come, and he comes in the room, and he puts his bag on the podium. He turns to us, and he doesn't tell us his name. He doesn't tell us which class this is. Doesn't say anything about the syllabus whatsoever. Nothing. So he goes on to ask us this question: What is the purpose of a business? So after the initial shock from the bluntness and lack of information, we all look at each other and then we quickly rush to be the first one to answer the question with our youthful exuberance, of course, right? So one of us say maximizing profits. And then the professor turns to us and he says, "Is that the answer y'all had in mind, or is there any other answer?" So we look at each other. "No, that sounds about right. Maximizing profits." And then he tells us that you all failed in your first test in this class. You need to study really hard to pass this course. And then he went on to explain why that's the case. The purpose of a business is to maximize owner's value. So owner's value is a different concept, or it can be accomplished or maximized differently according to the type of the business that we're discussing. In essence, in short, there are only four main types of businesses: privately owned businesses, publicly owned businesses, not for profits, also known as cooperatives, and nonprofits, which are different from not for profits, slightly different. So, of these four types of businesses, maximizing profits is the ultimate goal in only one of them, which is privately owned businesses. So, the small law office, for instance, you might see, or CPA firm, tax preparation company that you might see in your neighborhood, would be an example of a privately owned business. It is a commercial business, which means it exists to maximize profits, and that is the sole purpose because that's the only gain of the owners of from the business operations. Whereas in other businesses, commercial businesses, those that are private businesses that are or the commercial businesses that are publicly owned, which means they have stocks trading in the stock market, like vast majority of companies in corporate America today. Those businesses, their purpose is to maximize shareholder value because owners of those companies are the shareholders, meaning people who own the stocks of the company. Doesn't matter how many, it could be just one single stock share or thousands of them. So for those businesses, executives work to maximize the value of the stock. And serving owners' value is maximizing the stock price. In the other two types of businesses, which are not for profits and non-profits, the purpose is not even to maximize profits whatsoever, which is why our answer to the professor was just so gravely wrong. The purpose for those businesses is to make profits, but only to remain in business and continue to serve their stakeholders. That's why they're called not for profits or non-profits, which is a short way of saying not for profit maximizing or non-profit maximizing firm. In other words, it's not a short form of saying non-profit making firm or not for profit making firm. these organizations still do exist to make profits, but their sole purpose is to use their profits to continue their operations so they continue to serve their stakeholders, which are clients, suppliers, workers, etc. They don't have a separate set of owners in a conventional sense who own those businesses. They are considered to be owned by the public, if you will, because they're public purpose entities. So as you can see, this is a rather humorous way for us to find out the purpose of a business, which is a very fundamental question that we all should be asking to ourselves as people who are studying business and taking economics class, and microeconomics especially. I hope this lesson stays with you as well for the years to come, and I'm also attaching a table that explains these differences for you, so it's more visible for you in written form as well. Thank you, and have a nice day.